grand finals. All into this map number 1. It has to be here.
Something poetic is in the air. You can feel it. Both sides of the venue up and jumping around as we're getting ready to go for map number 1 of our lower finals. The hometown heroes of Miami Heretics, the super team, self-proclaimed, built to win championships. Only one can get to the grand finals. Madrid, here we go. We got LA, we got Miami. Let's get it on.
One match to get to the final dance. As we're gonna start off with all our pressure in towards the P1. So far, Miami find the initial 2 kills, they're soaking the time.
Good start. We see this all the time with this Miami team. So good at getting time off the first hard point. The breakoffs have been polished. Now a little pinch opportunity here from Real. Wins the first versus Ghosty. Has a chance to possibly push a little bit further forward. And all the meanwhile, Metals is just hanging out, soaking up hard point time.
Yeah, good 16 seconds so far, but LA Thieves respond with 3 kills on their side. They take control of the P1, only 25 seconds to fight for here, but you're more focused on maintaining that side over towards P2. Trying to chain them back to back. Real finds one, but everyone is dropping.
Yeah, good shots from Real. Opens up an opportunity to hit a route through patio side. Also, lots of damage to Envoy. Pistol not quite able to land, and now we're trading over through Semtexes. Final 8 seconds, gonna go the way of LA. Metals working on rotation. Couple of kills for Miami, but Metals cannot get through. Follow-up gunfights, also 50-50 until Lucky has the last word. Hard point opens and Miami spawn close.
Okay, final kill right there in the hands of Lucky. Secures the spawn tape for Miami, but LA Thieves, they're already here. Contesting over from that piano side. Metals finds the first kill, he reads it. Backs him down with attack usage, but LA Thieves, they're attacking now through kitchen.
Yeah, great nades from Metals, but yeah, Miami doesn't get the read on the re-wrap back over through patio side, so now Metals back into the hard point. Has to deal with this hit coming up the elevator, and that is where LA will find their break. It stops at 31 for the Heretics, LA in for now, and they also find the kills to keep themselves in the hill.
And now Real potentially in a playmaking position, at least finds the first. Can he get anything more done? You want to stall a lot of time for your teammates to try to get back into the play, but they find the trade there. You do have one player from LA Thieves all the way across the map at every angle cut off.
Yep, Semtex does allow Envoy to get one and Ghosty to come from behind. So now it's just down to the 1v1 inside the hard point. Big win for the scrap time. That's going to be guaranteed for Miami. You look down towards rotation, and Real has also made a bit of a mess over towards the bedroom. So now a chance for the Heretics to possibly flood into P3 for multiple points of ingress, and they'll get in first.
That's fantastic. You get the final 12 seconds. Your window rotation over towards New, but already in your face is going to be Dylan Envoy. He's able to catch a double for the early break here for LA Thieves. See on your mini-map, though, Rencore might have found the time to set up this pitch to Cobble.
Lucky, shut down on the front. Follow from Hydra. Whoa, that'll get the French fans roaring just a touch. LA up to above a 10-point deficit, and now Scrap getting the read that Miami has to hit through pool.
Yeah, Miami don't want to bombard their way through that front door. You have to kind of hit a couple routes, especially through the middle of the map.
Good names.
But 3-1 trade in favor of the Thieves. They're still going to be able to hold on, but they do lose those spawns for New.
Yep, Hydra on 4 in a row. 25 seconds still to fight, just going to hold over towards Hot Tub. Miami looking to try to find some sort of isolation to get them in for some of this scrap time, but this is risky. This is really risky because now Hydra has won a rotational gunfight over towards bedroom. Ghosty's pushing forward and winning gunfights there as well, and LA Thieves are on fire.
And this is where LA can start to pull away with this game. You don't find any time there if you are Miami at P3. You have to think about this rotation over towards the New, but you are going to be late. You open up with the initial kill, though. The gunfights are massive.
Yeah, Ghosty in trouble as well will also drop. Envoy trying to hang on over towards this backside patio. Finds the first. Shots over the top. Coming through it. Huge win from Envoy. 13-8 for the Thieves. He has been so good this weekend and continues to be a catalyst for success as Envoy holds onto the hill.
Already on 4 in a row. Back spawn secured. Look at the positioning as well of Ghosty before he does get taken down. As Envoy potentially gonna earn himself a Hellstorm. Give me number 6. But this time you gotta slow it down.
Metals trying to chase him out. Will eventually get the shutdown. Ghosty up top. Wow, how does he win that gunfight? Lucky had the first 5 shots into him. Still pulls off the win and then follows up with another one on the Metals. Real holds the ground for a touch longer, but Rencore inside the hard point can do nothing. So we're gonna exit this first set of rotations at right around double the points in favor of LA Thieves.
Yeah, LA Thieves with that chain from P3 to P4, blowing this game wide open. Now you need to make up for it if you are Miami. You find a lot of success early on over towards that P1 side. You find every single kill in the feed off the rotation. Someone just get in the hard point.
Yep. But that player who was destined for the hard point gets shut down by Envoy. 20-10. And he's even going to slide into the hill as well. Real is taking a dip inside the pool. Envoy gets the read on it. Pistol battle. What game are we playing this Modern Warfare 3 all over again? Pick strike kill feed. LA Thieves find the kills, and with that, Scrap can get into the hill.
Yeah, Miami need to step up in this lane because the way that Envoy is coming out, Ghosty and also Hydra, they are finding multi-kill after multi-kill. A 60-point difference. 2 2-for-1 trade. You don't have the spawns for that next hill. You need this break. Renko gets one.
Have to have it. Ghosty challenged over through Jim, and the trades are good. Now it's just down to, can you start to move these spawns around? That has to be the next effort. Next, you're going to get gifted one. Lucky will spawn backside Piano. Scrap finds that initial elimination, though, and Hydra follows up top. Yeah, it's just all these little key moments, these little gunfights. Thieves continue to find the wins in, and that allows them chances to rotate successfully.
They're able to soak up this final 20 seconds, make it a 30-point difference, but not finding kills off the rotation is going to make it a lot more difficult. Now you are relying on finding breaks into one of the more difficult hills here at P2. You have an underground route being developed out of metals. Everyone else getting cut off. Ghosty's just roaming.
And this is not what you want to see if you're a Miami Heretics fan. Every avenue being blocked. Dylan is at 23-12. Envoy is feasting on this Heretics roster right now. Hydra gets shut down. Scrap the next one up in line. Able to deal with the first two, and then he gets the transfer for the third. Scrap now on 5 in a row, and the Thieves have daylight built in between them and the Heretics.
Metals are sitting underground just waiting for his team to get a little bit of success, a little bit more forward, over towards that P2, but then you get gunned down by Scrap, who now finds himself on 6 in a row. This has been the flawless so far at P2. Miami able to break in potentially for the final 20, but Scrap's not willing to give this one up.
Oh, Scrap on 7 in a row. Pistol works out for the 8th. Shut down before the Hellstorm can come through. This is a critical moment in this game. Miami have to have this rotation. They need to find some success here in the middle of the map, and once again it's Envoy who meets them for the first blood.
Oh, but Renkor's there. Renko with the double, Renkor with the triple. Allows Miami to win the rotation over towards New. Now put yourself in the best ideal setup because you need this time to get back into the game.
You can hear the crowd starting to feel the potential comeback effort on the way. Real up front, up close and personal. Not quite able to get the second. Trades back and forth. Metals, last one still alive here for the Heretics. Off the reach end. Oh, big gunfight. Doesn't quite win it, but gives enough time for Lucky to step on in. Now he finds himself in a 1v multiple. Real right there with them, but the trades are good as LA will find a re-break, but Miami are still battling as we head into it. Heretics, listen in.
Fireplace y mesa, al lado derecho.
Mesa, muerto.
Son 2 puntos. Sí, este es Fireplace muerto. Ve con la VIP. No lo veo antes que uno. Sí. Vale, no, es grande, tiro fondo de bueno, ya está, sí. Ese es el último, vale. Puede hacer cama o... No, no hace piano. Sí, piano, tú, está fondo, está de 83. Está fondo rocas. Sí, Crappy. Qué buena doble, sí, ese Crappy. Son 2 pasarela, bro, Crappy. Y otro cama, ponte izquierda, ponte punto. Sí, dale. No se ha hecho. Te va la izquierda. Arriba, ya está. Y te voy dando pivo. Vamos a izquierda conmigo. Dale, sí, son 2. Son 2 en la izquierda. Venga, ya uno.
Single muerto.
Eran 2 en la izquierda. Yo tiro fondo, son 2.
Pivan una bala y otro más punto, ¿vale? Se ha pueado piano y Pivan, chavales.
Sí, estoy dando vuelta. Hay derecha, Crap. Está en el derecho.
Está
pronto de derecho, no le pego Paco.
Se
puso a la derecha, ¿vale? Paco, el
la derecha. No sé qué hace, chavales, el DP2.
Es Paco, está pensando, hay que jugar por la izquierda. El DP3 no sé qué hace, bro. Siempre el DP2. No sé qué hace el DP3, Tienes que pasar la cámara. Tiene que estar en equipo el DP3, bro. Otra sala tú, son 2 arriba, son 2. Y falta anterior, chaval. Muerto, otro más. Single. Vale, voy single.
Una bala pasarela, absoluto pasarela.
Tengo el P3, ¿vale?
No,
Jim y pasarela. Jim, lo mato. Pasarela. Arriba pasar, no puedo, man, tira piña. Sí, no, está en, vale. Y ese era otro. Anda arriba uno. Hace pochai, tienes que vivir. Tienes que white plan contigo, metal. Vamos a arriba.
No le veo.
En la esquina del piano, en la esquina donde se mira single.
No,
y otro en team, mirando.
Yeah, a little deflated there after they got the break at P4. Just immediately counter broke in, and now LA have a chance to win the game here. They're finding all the kills they need, Jay.
Yeah, they can close it out here at P1. That's a clean 4 dead. Miami split spawns all the way across the map. You gotta get in. You gotta find kills.
Hydra trying to push things over towards New Ghost. He's still in the hard point, though. I mean, all these battles are happening over towards the rotation, but you have to get them out of the hill. And there's at least 3 dead. Just need to find where Envoy has slipped away towards it. And he does get taken down. Ghosty will spawn up close towards P2 in the same breath, right as the hard point opens up. But again, you can see Miami just no idea where he's at, and they have to play flawless hard point. And as Ghosty comes from behind, he may just win it out right here. Hydra with him. Can anyone get here to touch the hard point in time? Looks like no, but Scrap will hold from the jump wall, and that'll be map number 1 going to LA.
An easy map there for LA Thieves. You dominated rotations. You outslayed them by more than 20 kills. And Dylan Envoy, the guy who is the playmaker for this team, almost goes double positive with a close to that 40 bomb. But it was just dominance from LA at that P2 and the P4. It's as simple as that. Even when Miami found that late game break in towards P4, immediately off the first attempt, Thieves rocked back into that hard point. They just can never find their footing, man. It's difficult when those gunfights that you're used to winning, not really winning them. Envoy taking over with that SMG. Ghosty had his moments. But that's just a dominant hard point from a dominant hard point team.
And I think the thing is, you look over to the scoreboard, it wasn't just the fact that Envoy goes 35 and 20. He gets 25 of those non-trade with a minute 45 in the hill. But at one point in time, Rancor was really not having a good time. He was double neg at one point. We really caught on board with him, though, when he started to get things back together. That little three-piece over the top of our second, third hard point looked like he was, okay, now we're starting to settle in, but the gap at that point was just way too large, and LA did come out hot, turning anger into action.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Way to be able to shake that first loss off of that series versus Atlanta FaZe, which is a tough one indeed. But you come out here and instantly find the response. Great plays out of your SMGs, great rotation, great fundamental play. They are the Thieves from start to finish. We knew that we said before the series started, Miami, in order to make this series, you needed to try to open up with the map 1 victory. So now next map. Going into a Hasi search and destroy where the Thieves have been able to watch a lot of your gameplay this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that has been an absolute facet of the search and destroy from Miami, without question. It just, did this match, in this opening map, it did feel like Miami was unsettled.
Yes.
There was a level of, okay, the breakoff is fine. We're kind of getting a little bit mixy on rotation, but we're not getting the full lockdown. There was a couple moments towards that last P4 where I feel they lost awareness on where LA was. It just felt like the lights were a little bit bright here on this championship Sunday. And to be fair, first time this team's ever seen a Sunday, so there is that to consider as well.
Yeah, keep in mind they're also playing one of the top dogs that we have in hardpoint.
Correct.
So it wasn't going to be easy. It would have definitely been an upset if they would have took this map number 1. But the way that you've been getting it done so far throughout a lot of your series, so far this week, it has been through the S&D ice in their veins. You have playmakers on both ends. Meadows and Real were able to find 7 first bloods last time they played Hacienda Search and Destroy. They took over. You need those guys to apply that same pressure on the sides of the map that they were, because LA Thieves, they pick you apart one by one. You can't have that.
And I think the thing that's really compelling about this search and destroy, you mentioned the fact that this has been something Miami has used a lot in their series. They've looked good on it, but heck, we've casted them now a couple of times just on this weekend, and we're starting to figure out what they're doing, especially for their defensive setup. So you would have to think that LA is also aware of that. And I'm curious to see how deep is the playbook actually going to be for Miami. Not on the offensive side. I think their creativity is fine. I think we've seen moments where Real can get forward. They leave him there. He can play kind of isolated. I'm more curious to see what they can do defensively to keep this Thieves team guessing.
Because you know the Thieves, they have that tempo switch up. Early into these rounds, especially on a map like Hasi, you're probably going to attack over towards open, basically do the same exact thing that Minnesota Rocket did to you. You just did not have a counter for that. That's the only thing that's scary about this, because you know Ghosty, the last time that he played against Miami, he set the S&D kill record. Also the damage record, 4.0 KD, 16 and 4 overall. That guy was taking over, clutching up 1v1s, 1v2s, it did not matter. The leader for this LA roster came to play in this mode.
And he's been good today, for what it's worth as well. I mean, we kind of saw him in map number 1, or match
Besides
number 1.
that nade,
well, I don't know what happened
there.
No, I'll throw that away. Stuff happens. But he's been good, Envoy's been good, and it really is one of those things where if they're playing at that level, this is a difficult team to beat. That was what this team was built for. Is there more magic in the air? Because the French fans are starting to get loud. And we had to do a Hacienda search where, let's be honest, Jay, they have to win this map. Again, we're feeling like this control's a wash.
This got to be a guarantee, because you don't want to go into a map that you have yet to find any success on. You played it 5 times, currently with an 0-5 record. And LA Thieves love themselves a Hacienda control, but we first got to get through this map too. Miami looking for the bounce back as they start off on the attack.
Little show of force from Real over towards Lambo, but the big feel out here is the offense over towards A. Nades are going to go to window. They know no one's up there, and that is a call for Lucky to go for the immediate plant. Defensive nades on the way back will tag a touch, but the bomb's still planted. We're going to go 4v4.
And Hydra's already in towards top secret. He's able to at least gain a little bit of info and get out with his life, but look what it does to Real. He knows that guy's weak. I'm going to try to send it.
Yeah, nice action over towards fences as well. Hydra does catch Real, though. To the 2v2 we go. 25 seconds on the clock. Envoy finds himself kind of strewn in the midst of this Miami post play, and Redcore finds the first, not quite the second. 1v1, Hydra trying to find where has Lucky gone. Time becoming an issue, has to go quickly. And Lucky is playing it cool. 10 seconds. Time, clock favoring that of Lucky on the play. He'll go check it at 7, no one home. A little bit of pistol action as well to get some momentum for Lucky.
Fantastic play there from Miami. They usually take their sweet time thinking about that objective, but they gain the info. Okay, there's nobody here. We're not going to wait for them to rotate for us to start to work this objective. We know that they're not sitting into a top secret, so let's instantly just get this bomb down. We trade it out efficiently, turn it into a 2v2. And in the 1v1, we saw yesterday, Lucky simply does not check that bomb.
Yep.
Clutches up in the round 1 for Miami.
He's been holding, maybe using a little bit of the home crowd advantage. Hard to say. It's noisy here no matter what time of the search.
They're saying, yes, you can. That's what they're saying. Yes, you can, Miami. You can rally back. It's now LA Thieves on their attack. Gonna take Secret away, already into a bloodbath.
Nades on both sides, but it's Hydra Envoy. First 2 eliminations, that's right at the fireplace. And this makes this A bomb site very lucrative to Thieves, and honestly speaking for Heretics, someone's gonna have to absolutely pop off Rancor opening shots to back fences, not quite able to find Ghosty, and as Lucky drops, now it's all down to the Rook.
Yeah, the aggression on this round from LA Thieves to find the initial 2 kills 10 seconds into the round. Put yourself in a 4v2. Catch the player working off flank, and now Rancor left in a 1v4, 25 seconds. He might not even go for this.
Yep. Gonna step up just a touch, find himself completely overwhelmed. Just no real opportunity for that. And that just comes down, like you mentioned, just an absolute mismatch up top in the fireplace.
Yeah, and that's the same issues that they had versus Minnesota. They couldn't find an answer for that aggression, especially when both of their SMGs dropped early. So an instant response there from LA. Now they're gonna make their adjustments on defense, probably spread the map a little bit so you can gain that info early on and then adjust.
Yep. Something else to keep in mind for Miami when they're on defense, they win the majority of their rounds from the defensive side, and a lot of that is by retaking. So if we're going to continue to find these opening battles, Miami better start out trading.
Yeah.
Next offensive effort, 2-1-1 split here for the Heretics. And LA looking to build something up sneaky through Fountain. Metals is the one in response to this. Chased down by one, and well, there's another. And yeah, that's exactly what happens. Completely overwhelmed. Little Bermuda triangle of Thieves members right around him.
Yeah, Real and Metals, they both love to play that spot towards bottom secret. They get caught. So now at a man advantage for LA. All control of this A site, but look at the positioning of Lucky. He's giving the comms. B is free. Let's work that bomb on that side.
Problem is, your bomb carrier is also the one kind of responsible for the flank, and there is action on the way.
Can't get caught.
You got to get out of here if you're Rancor. No help really nearby. Real's trying to get here, but he will be here a little bit too late to save Rancor's life. So we go to the 2v3, and now Lucky has to be a part of the play.
And that's the bomb down, too. So if you're on Miami, you got to go try to recover that information gained onto Lucky. Only 30 seconds left in the round. Man advantage still in favor of the Thieves, but Miami taking it over towards B.
And Lucky has to make this commitment, saying, I already made this water route through boat happen. We have to try to take this back to B. And they will do that. LA also realizing that that is likely to play. Opening shots are perfect. Hydra just gets caught looking over towards the B side, so we're going to get a 2v2.
Yeah, that's why you got to slow down there if you're Hydra. Play to your man advantage, play the trades. Now in a 2v2, Envoy at least makes it a 1v1. Ghosty, the timing, good, but Real better with the movement. Miami secure the 2v3 clutch. That simply should not happen at this stage, man. Hydra, you gotta slow down.
You think he's just trying to catch the bomb planner, right? I mean, that has to be what it is. But problem is, as they're planning, you're pushing up. You're taking away that angle because you know they have to be wrapping backside office.
And you're wrapping back to no information.
Yeah.
Like the thing that you want to do is trade out that gunfight. Because if you have a teammate potentially sitting towards top office, Lucky's dropped.
Yeah.
Now you're in a 2v1, but just Hydra a little bit too fast. In that play, at least to Miami clutching up. So now they go back on the offensive side.
All 3 first bloods to this point have gone the way of the Thieves. So Miami doing well with minimal numbers. Stuck over to the connector. Real's completely caught off guard. There's no follow-up here. I mean, Metals is kind of in the area. Lucky, same to be said, but this is just too much space now gained. And again, look at the route. Hydra's going to take the long swim in through Boathouse, and Scrap is just going to hold on top of the bomb site and say, come over to me.
Oh, but look, I'm pretty sure that stun is able to connect onto Metals. So,
whoa, shots.
Able to get some info. Mike sending Hydra for this kill, but he's playing for top office.
Is there timing here? Is there timing here? Sure is, at least for Hydra. So inside of Metals firing back. Can they find this trade? No, they're gonna isolate. Hydra gets 2. And now it's just down to Lucky. 1v4, not gonna happen, you would think, but maybe an opportunity as he's now figured out over towards Lambo.
It might be really, really slim on this opportunity. You're hoping that that nade at least connects onto someone. You have Scrap at half health. But time continuously ticking down. Thieves know where you are.
Just shoulders from Scrap. Yep, the opposite angle covered the entire way. Clean round. It's 2 boathouse plays we've seen now for both these 2 squads.
And Miami needs to slow it down because that's now 4 rounds straight where both of their SMGs are getting taken down first.
Yep.
The last time they played Hacienda, they found all the first blood, and you were able to win in a 6-5 margin. You cannot have these guys initially dropping. So you have to take your time as the Thieves are able to tie the game up. Back to the defensive side they go. And if you're on Miami, just continue to be quick on your decision making.
Focus over towards A. Bomb gonna play the outside towards fences. And with Real kind of by himself, you would assume, again, not a lot of early initiation, but he still gets blooded. Bottom secret. Not great news here. And now all of a sudden, Metals has a lot to chew as he's got to worry about connector and the flank at the same time with Redcore kind of split focused as well.
And now they can't even think about that pump.
No.
Because there's so many different angles you have to account for. The timing not good enough for Rencore's Envoy. Finds his second. On a 3 streak and another 4v2. Just trade it out.
Yeah, good first there. Forces the team to come through, but Scrap able to fight in the isolation. And Metals is not going to have a chance, you would think, to come up behind this play for free. Gonna Semtex land. Not quite. Couple of tags here and there, but exit will not be allowed. You just can't keep getting blooded in the first 5 seconds, especially if you're Real. He's the pivot point. You have to hold that spot.
He's the island player. That's the worst thing you can do as being that island player is dropping for that first blood. Because you're the guy that's potentially watching the flank.
Yep.
The guy that's gonna work that deep pinch. But when you're initially dropping, it forces your team to be in a very difficult situation. They can't work the bomb. They have to try to make up for it and find a kill before even thinking about that objective. But then Rencore just not with the timing on his side. He gets taken down. LA Thieves played their numbers. Now they have the advantage.
3 first deaths for Real, 0-5 with 2 first deaths for Metals. So you call it properly there, brother. SMGs are getting cooked. In a game that's still a 1-round game somehow. So you've had a lifeline. Can you find a way to get back there? Different play here for the Thieves as they're going to take full top Pulse control, and Miami have read this.
And look at Hydra. Hydra's getting active. No one can attack through mid-hallway. That bomb gets planted. You gain info on at least 2 players, and you find that first blood instantly traded, though.
Problem about this is Hydra's still figuring things out top office. And again, Miami's just stuck. Hydra still causing a problem for Real. They have to win this gunfight, and it's not going to come through. Scrap backs up into the water, leaving his teammate to find the easy pick. And it's another one of those moments, just like, you just cannot be losing first bloods on those angles.
Yeah, that's the play that caused them problems versus Minnesota Rocker. Just all out aggression through top open. The fact that Lucky gets that info, you know the play is on that side. You have no mid-map presence. That allows them to get the bomb down because they know we get this planted, Hydra can set up on this pinch. As simple as that. We know they're going to try to retake from their side, but then when you give them another first blood, that's now 6 straight.
Yep.
Miami need to find success in that category.
Yeah, we need it right here too. Like we said, being just down 3-2 is almost a miracle in certain ways, but now all of a sudden you're looking at a pretty devastating scoreline, and you still have RCXDs that are being earned now for Thieves. And Miami's going to take their approach towards top balls. Couple of shots on the cross. Ghosty tag, but stays alive, and Scrap just waits for the proper time to come on out, but the SMGs will win the day, topside B.
Effective on the trades. Miami in the man advantage is just going to say, screw this B site. We're going to wrap all the way back to our spawn, but LA Thieves have already gained that info, and look at the play from Envoy. Does he decide to commit on this pinch? Yes, he does.
Stepping up a touch is Ghosty, though, as well. Does he get the timing? No. Now down to the 3v1. The only benefit here for Envoy is that he is behind this play, if you want to call it that. So he will be a little bit uncovered. And he's going to be able to clear out the A site, but the full wrap has gone over to B, and this is going to be a 3v1 post plant.
Bomb's going to get down. Envoy gains the info. Okay, they're not at A. Got to be over towards B. He does have a Semtex to work with, but everyone playing around that rock.
Tough retake for Envoy. Semtex to play with. Clears out the front side of the canopy, but now here's the difficult part. Slides out. Isolates the first, but can't get past the others.
Miami able to secure the round there. You find success early with the first blood, and then they said, screw all this 3-1 splitting, no more island play. Let's just 4-hit something.
Yep.
The SMGs are able to respond with effective trades, put them in a man advantage. You locate Ghosty, turn it into a 3v1, and do not take a chance at that A site. Wrap it back over towards B. Proper setup around that rock area. Stop the bleeding for now, down 4-3.
Thing about it is the First Bloods haven't just been a problem from their offensive side. They can't get their defense going because they're trying to get Real forward, and he just keeps getting caught. So can they just kind of maybe take a bit of a pause, just let this come to you? Instead, it's actually just gonna be a hard double stack up top towards Fireplace. You got both ARs watching on the windows. That's gonna be good for First Blood for Real. That's over towards Secret actually. So now all of a sudden Thieves are a bit stuck. No, but wait, Hydra, he goes uncovered, but doesn't find the second kill. Metal's little slide and turn. Envoy not fully there as the door is stuck on something. Envoy doesn't know what to do with it. I think there's a dead body in the way.
That door is made out of cement. Now Envoy was looking for that instant trade. But now in the man disadvantage, you know where the pressure is going to be. Keep in mind, he's also the bomb carrier. One-on-one versus Real is good.
Hold on.
Now let's go plan B.
Hold on. Ghosty's still waiting over towards Secret. Can he find any information on this Miami defense? Not going to happen initially. Envoy off the exit. Into a position to maybe catch a crossing time. It just comes down to what does he look at and when.
He's going back and forth playing the timings, but I'm pretty sure at least one player was able to spot him. Metal has the info now.
You have to try to isolate coming on down. Stun will make his way in. Turnover, Ren were able to find the kill, but Ghosty there for the trade. 23 seconds on the clock.
Where'd he plan it for?
Yep, he planted it for office side. He planted it for office side. Ghosty, can he get all the way up there in time? It's a foot race. Does he get the angle? Sure does.
It's all about the plant spot. You put it in the angle there for Ghosty to play the one-on-one clutch. But the fact that Envoy was able to stall out a lot of that time, gain info not onto one, but both players as the second one drops through middle. You set up Ghosty for the trade. Metal's just thinking, okay, he's all the way across the map. I should have time to think about this defuse. Just did not account for that angle there. Out of Dan Ghosty. He was able to clutch up multiple rounds versus them previously. Probably that one was the biggest.
Yeah.
They're now at point game.
100%. Offense for Miami. Right back to if it ain't broke, don't fix it type territory. Up top through Spiral. Ghosty once again playing from the patio window. Real this time stuns over towards bottom bar. RCXD you can hear kind of rumbling upstairs. And Real, it just comes down to does he actually check this or not? Oh, he does. Hydra wins the gunfight though, and another First Blood goes the way of the Thieves.
Yeah, Real not having a good time in those initial gunfights. Now puts his team into man disadvantage. Meadows is going to be spotted. Nade not good enough to connect, but you need to try to find one to even up the numbers.
And look at the position out of Envoy here. He will allow the Thieves to kind of default stack for this little passive A defense. With an angle through Lambo like this. Metals down low. Not going to be able to find Hydra initially. 4v2. And it's not. The RC connects as well. Oh, not like this. A bloodbath. In round number 9 leads to an LA 6-3 win and now comfortably 2-0 up in the series.
Besides that one round where Hydra in the 3v2 ego chows, eventually they lose it. That is a perfect search and destroy there from LA. You find not one, not two, but 8 First Bloods out of the 9-round search and destroy game. The submachine guns just couldn't find any success early on, man.
Nothing.
4 deaths out of Real, 2 deaths out of Metals, and also 2 from Lucky. That's just not gonna win you search and destroy versus this powerhouse.
Not at all. And that may have been one of the maps that you look at for Heretics saying, you got to run back on Skyline Hardpoint. That was your choice to go in that direction. You missed out on the chance there. You don't really hold the candle to this LA team on Hacienda Search where, like we talked about, they've been playing it a lot this weekend. They look pretty good on it, just none of it coming to life there.
It's just tough, man, because LA Thieves obviously coming off of a tough loss. You're thinking, okay, we can try to get some momentum. We didn't get it in that map number 1. We needed to have it here in this map number 2. But they are just consistently countering you every single time. Now you're down 0-2, going into a map that you have yet to find any success on. This has to be a miracle here from here on out.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, for Miami, if it's not vault control, it's not a win. So, not looking good for the hometown heroes here for Heretics, but who knows? Might be a little bit more magic left in this crowd as we head back to the desk.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. And unfortunately, my Miami Heretics pick is not looking so good. We're down 0-2 at the half, but I have faith they can do an Atlanta phase, right, Nameless?
Oh, it's going to be tough. You just heard Alan J talking about it. They're only good at vault control, and it is Hacienda, so they need your energy. I heard the crowd getting quiet. You better get active in this next map.
Let's take a look at our highlights from this series, starting all the way back, map number 1, the first hard point, because I thought LA Thieves would have been cooled off after that Game 5 loss to Atlanta. They would be vulnerable to a red-hot Miami. Thieves came out kicking on Skyline.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. This Skyline was really a must-win on the side of Miami Heretics.
Yes.
It is their best hard point, and they were within about 10-15 points last time LA Thieves and then went up against that, but Scrap had a .74 in that map 1 in that previous series, and it is not often we're going to see him repeat that. So for Miami Heretics, it's tough that you had to come out slow on this Skyline. I almost wish this was map 4 instead of map 1.
Merc, why does Envoy seem to thrive on this map? Because I'm already thinking about a grand final potentially for him.
No, he loves this map. I mean, he's been so good on it all year long, and I don't really know. I mean, it just feels like he has a great sense on where he needs to be, where the multi-kills are, because, yeah, he leads the way for the team on Skyline. We've seen him do it time and time again, but I mean, I don't really know. It's just one of those maps where he can get lost. Even though it's a smaller map, it just feels like he finds the openings, and if you can't track Envoy, you're in trouble.
Yeah, to me, on all the other maps, he's like the guy who's on the long rotations, right? So he's out of the play for the most of, or out of the mix, I should say. And on that map, you're in the mix the entire time on Skyline. So he's just able to get loose and slay, and it works out.
He stays active in game number 2, but it was Hydra topping the scoreboard. Let's take a look at LA Thieves continuing to showcase their skills on Hacienda's search. Cleaner this time around?
Much cleaner. And this was also a must-win if you're the Miami Heretics. You know, to Allie's point, like the first 2 maps were very good for them, like map pool-wise. And now we're getting to the thick end of the series where Thieves do have the advantage. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of rounds where like Thieves get the bomb down and Heretics like aren't able to retake. And that's something they've been doing really well this weekend, is retaking bombs. Real finding a first pick, or you know, Rancor getting in there, making a huge play. Metals as well. We've seen it all weekend long. Just not the case versus Thieves team. Clearly super prepared for the rematch versus Heretics.
LA Thieves now on match point. Will they be able to win control and seal the deal, or will this series continue as Miami looks to find form? Let's take a look at that game 3 discussion and talk a little bit about control. Allie, you've got the numbers for me. If I'm a Miami fan, is there anything I can look forward to?
Not the map 3. They're 0-4 on Hacienda control, but I will say, light at the end of the tunnel, it's been a lot of round 5s, but they're just really struggling to close it out. So they're going to need something huge, some big momentum swing from somebody on the team to come out hot to give them any sort of hope or an advantage.
We got a lot of people tuning into the stream. Welcome to the CDL. If you're waking up on the West Coast, brush your teeth. Let's take a look at your bracket and catch you up with what you might have missed, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the top side, it came down to that LA Thieves versus Atlanta FaZe Game 5, round 11, a reverse sweep for Atlanta FaZe, and that's how we got here. Heretics with a nice little run. You win a Game 5 versus Rocker, then take down Carolina. And it has you in a rematch to the team that sent you to the loser's bracket in a 3-0 fashion, and we might have another one.
Time to find out. Can LA Thieves finish the run? We send it back to the casters. Take it away, Shift.
Thank you, friends. Appreciate that. Yeah, again, the news is not good when it comes to Miami here at this map number 3. And I think the thing about this is, again, for LA fans, you love to see this.
Oh, yeah.
You're very comfortable. You're coming in, again, turning that little bit of anger after the reverse sweep into immediate reactions. Helps build the confidence for what looks to be probably a Grand Finals rematch.
Yeah, they're looking for that Grand Finals rematch, man, because you know the LA Thieves on Hacienda, they really love both sides, but more specifically so far this year, on their attacks, 12-11 record, best in the league. Average life differential, best in the league. Average ticks being captured, best in the league. And they also have the best team KD.
Yep.
That is the biggest one that I'm paying attention to on a map like Hasi, because right now, at least for Metals and Real, they didn't perform well on that map, number 1.
Yep.
You need your SMGs to take away power spots on a map like Hacienda, and if you don't have that, they're going home.
Any considerations towards what Atlanta's been doing on this map with the 4 SMGs? Maybe a little bit of inspiration there? I know it's like one of those things you don't want to just like throw it in the day of, but is there any cause for maybe inspiring some sort of a change-up?
Well, especially on the attacking side, because you want to stay active in towards top office. You want to play for those spawn kills. You want to chain these kills in all those close personal spots on the map, especially around Secret, through top Secret hallway, All those are so crucial, but you prefer an SMG on those sides. So we might be able to see 4 SMGs, but the way that Scrap is shooting, he might just keep out that AR.
He can do whatever he wants right now, it feels like. I mean, really, all the Thieves could. Let's be kind of. Here we go. Got to see something new here from Heretics. Ali had mentioned it. They've their own 5 on this particular control, but a lot of those have gone to 5.
Yeah.
It just comes down to them not being able to do much on the offensive side, it feels like. So there needs to be corrections right there. Lucky's been solid here at the Major, but it feels like he's not the one to look at.
No.
It's likely Real and Metals. Can they catch some fire? Can they start to really make a mess of this Thieves defense?
That's exactly what needs to happen here. The SMGs need to perform for Miami. Backs against the wall. You're able to put yourself in a position now. Currently top 3, but you want to make it to the grand finals here at Madrid.
Yeah.
Just has to be perfect, man, and it's not going to be easy because that Thieves roster, they look like that loss didn't even faze them.
No, yeah, and that's so important. I think there's something to be told about that, where it's down to the fact of the matter of, on one side of the stage, these 4 guys have been there, done that, been up there on Sunday a handful of times, whereas for Miami, this is the first time they've ever seen a Sunday stage, and I think there's a level of maybe a bit of a hangover from last night where you're dealing with all that energy, all that adrenaline. You get into a championship spot, hometown is starting to make you tear up a little bit. Then you got to try to find a way to refocus, and you know for a fact you're playing up against today 2 of the top 3 teams at least in the game. It's just a different element, it feels like, and at the moment Miami have not been able to really match up to the level that the Thieves are giving them.
Yeah, they started off on the right foot today, obviously taking that series versus Carolina. But LA Thieves and Atlanta are on a completely different ball field. It's now Miami are going to be able to now spawn into this Hacienda control. You need to bring the slaying, and it has to start now.
Has to start right off the get-go. Miami on the offense. We've seen a lot of early success towards B. Rancor the first to drop. Real able to at least keep the play alive up top, but Envoy's already hit a bit of a route around the backside of this playthrough secret, and that will completely decimate Miami's first attempts over, at least through the hallways. Luckies will jump out, and good shots to Scrap will keep him on the zone for now.
And now you're going to split the focus here. If you are LA, you have players playing for the spawners. Players trying to take care of Lucky before that first segment does get completed. He's able to secure it and set up Rancor for the double on the pinch.
Lucky stayed alive the whole time, and okay, here we go. Real right down through office steps will clear out some space. The only thing to worry about now is what's coming through connector, and the answer is nobody. Envoy gets shut down early 60 seconds, and this is looking much better for Miami. Okay, here we go.
Up by 4 lives. Time already extended. Now can you change to this next wave of kills so you can potentially hop that point immediately, but 2 go in favor of the Thieves. Lucky just trying to get out. He falls. Real at the same time falls. So that's everyone accounted for the Thieves. Retake the map now.
Yeah, Metals trying to find this trade towards Scrap, gives up on it for the moment. You have to get some ground to work with. That will help. Metals able to get some presence over towards top office side, but as Rancor is shut down, it's just Metals now that's through. So you have to get this fireplace hallway back. And okay, Real Metals combined, there's some space to work with.
There comes Hydra, just camping in the corner. Playing for the spawners. Metals trying to do the same exact thing on the opposing end. Wow. Metals gets taken care of. Hydra gets traded. 1:30 to work with. And right now it's a fight for that map control.
Yeah, Real, maybe the one to open things up again for Miami, trying to play on the long route as Miami's being tested over through top secret. There we go. That's enough eliminations to get Rancor on the zone for a moment. First stick of progress being worked on. Real, bold challenge, shut down by Hydra. Nade Cook to send that direction, but Rancor, if he can just stay safe, he's going to get the first tick of progress here. Hydra's on the long run around the back. Metals, maybe an opportunity. Could he possibly shut down this play from the front? He's got Real diving on into the zone, and I was going to say maybe there's a chance to hold, but LA find the kills they need.
13v13. Still have LA lighten up the kill feed. Now you're forcing Miami to work this overextension. They need a couple kills to go their way. Real going to take it real slow. Catch Scrap with the frag in his hand for that first kill, but Ghosty again just trading.
Been a great start here for Real in this offense. 7-4. 2 in a row off the regen. Sees Hydra at range, doesn't want any piece of that. So instead, finds Scrap off the respawn. 10 plays 9 though. Envoy still holding on over towards Rock Hall. Real doing what he can towards bottom bar. Ghosty on the push up. That's enough for the stun to connect, plus the elimination down to 40 seconds.
You're never going to get a good team push as long as the Thief consistently are trading the way that they are. Now they are starting to pull away, up by 3, making 2 lives. You have 2 players playing for the spawners.
Yep.
And Meadows making their life a living hell on the opposing side.
Clock is also becoming a bit of an issue on this offensive effort. Nice shots onto Envoy. Lucky finds himself tucked into a corner. He's keeping his life a little while longer. Meadows up from behind. Pistol out, able to win the one. But now it's a 6v5. 17 seconds on the clock and a lot of pressure to Miami. You have to get on the zone. And there's 3 dead. You can start to stack this. You got players nearby.
You got Envoy going on a route. He's flanking through bottom connector. The second segment gets in. You might not have time to make this play.
Envoy finds the first. Real trying to stay covered, but Envoy gets 2. Ghosty gets the third. 5v2 situation. Third tick of progress being depleted. Lucky, how much can you find from up top? The first is good. Raincore's not a part of this play at the moment, and it's just down to Lucky diving into the zone. Not quite able to get it going, but at least there's 5 ticks.
Envoy and Hydra, the SMGs, consistently pushing to your base. You're losing track of them, and then they are making the plays. Thought Envoy was not going to have enough time to set up that pinch, but he opens up with a double. Teammates flood on in. You trade it out. And even though Miami were able to secure 5 segments, does not secure the round. LA, take the defense.
It did look a little bit more dire, though, at one moment in time. I think if you're Miami, you're happy with the 5 ticks for now. Problem is, you're playing up against the most successful offensive team in control of the league. 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Put yourself in one of 2 camps. 3-1 split off for Thieves, focus towards B. Hydra, the one trusted to watch over towards Secret, and Envoy, he may have an opportunity to get up through fences here. There is a trophy down on the interior, but yeah, he's gonna get forward.
He's just gonna put himself on the objective. Hydra's gonna find that first kill onto Meadows. No longer need to focus on Secret. That first segment is getting locked. You have the outer route being hit from Lucky for that kill.
Really well done.
Rencore across the map finds the second. Ghosty stuck between a rock and a hard place. He falls. All of LA Thieves hit the reset button.
Absolutely beautiful. I think you have to give a lot of credit to Real.
Yep.
To come up through connector, find one, then just get the hell out of there. Lucky all over the top of the out-of-bounds route will work out to clear the zone completely. 50 seconds to play with, 27 playing 25. Miami trying to find where these Thieves members have kind of gotten lost on. Scrap a bit tested up towards Rock Hall, but it's not just him. You got Ghosty in a position over through the office side, but the trades are not there in Miami. Now all of a sudden can push forward.
Yeah, they're not finding kills right now. If you are LA, I'm gonna clean 3 dead. Real gained the info on the last player. You have the trap towards the spawn. Only 30 seconds left. Thieves have to go B.
And Real's gotten the read. Trying to get out. Ooh, just able to sneak in towards Secret. Lucky dealing with everything from the front. He's got both weapons to work with, and oh, he wants it. Takes a bit of a pause as the rest of the team is still in a good spot around this zone. Scrap finds the first. Lucky able to find the trade. Down to 10 seconds. Nobody from LA is close. This has been a perfect defense for Miami. They've only lost 7 lives, Jay.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Don't let some late game heroics from the LA Thieves give themselves a chance. As you go 2-2 split in the kill feed. They're able to put themselves onto the 8 point, and Scrap with the gun, he gives them another opportunity.
There's 1 tick locked in. Lucky waiting.
Oh
Envoy not letting him. Hold on a second. 3.2 is where it pauses. Ghost is going to be able to reinforce the trophy system, and now he can stack. Second tick of progress is done. How have they managed to muster this? Miami, are they going to try to jail this? 18v14. Scrap's able to find the double. There's an extra 60 seconds, and the Thieves are only down 4 lives now.
You got to play your exit kills if you are Miami. You cannot afford to die in chains. Thankfully, Real, still in a power position, finds that kill off the Scrap. Ghosty, can you get out? No, you cannot. But 45 seconds for Thieves to work with, down by 4 lives.
Plenty of time for Thieves. Envoy over the top.
Big win.
Huge from Metal. Stops the initial play forward. Hydra on the pitch. Riel. Little shimmy, shimmy, yay, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Able to find the elimination, leaving this all now to Thieves from the front with 25 seconds on the clock.
One wave of kills is all they are looking for. Can we hop on toward the point to put the game clock at a pause? Scrap from long distance, not able to line it up. Now you're relying on the SMGs to find some success on this pinch.
It's all from office. Metal's the one watching it. First shots are good. Immediately denied. Threat now established with 10 seconds on the clock. Rencore backs off just a touch, but does find the kill on Envoy. Last hit for LA. Has to come from the front. Lucky right there to beat the majority of it. Last one left would have been Scrap, but as he's taken down, there will be a 2-tick advantage for Miami through 2 rounds.
Yeah, Miami able to stabilize on defense as soon as that A capture comes in. They're probably beating themselves up for even allowing that to happen. But they respond with the defense of their own. #1 attacking team, yeah, not today. They only allowed 3 segments to get away from them. That could play a big part towards the same game.
And Jay, you wanted to see it. You wanted to see Real start to pop up. 20-9, how about that? Exactly what Miami need. Get these SMGs really active. And in particular, that guy. Because like you had said, Skyline was kind of one of those maps that you would expect to see Real kind of take over. But to have it start to come in late here in this map number 3 could be the perfect timing here for the Heretics.
No better time to do it. It all starts with one map at a time. As they go back on the attack, they found a lot of success early on, especially off their break-off. They're going right back to the secret trap.
Stun, Semtex is all the way over towards Fireplace. The stuns will land. Trades, though, will favor that of the Thieves. Lucky, once again, just walks his way into the zone, looking for the challenge, topside office, and he finds the first. Shots are good for the second. Oh, great stuff from Lucky. This will at least be the first tick. Metals is going to come join him, and this might just be the zone.
Yeah, this might chalk it. Like, the Thieves did not expect to go 3 dead again off of the break. Now everyone's spawning all the way across the map. You're banking on this pinch play coming in from Envoy. Again,
Stop it.
He's able to find the initial kill. Scrap, even with the teammate, is still able to find a double. Eventually, Real falls, so that's everyone accounted for on the side of Miami. Let's start to take the map away again.
That second tick is not locked in for Miami either. That's the second time we've seen them miss that connection play. And now LA is going to get Envoy forward. You've got Ghosty guarding over towards Rockside. And Envoy continues just to find great timing as the leads, for the lives rather, go the way of Thieves 2 up.
Now Envoy knows there's at least 2 players coming off the respawn. It's all about the angle of approach. The stun is able to connect to take care of him. But with only 35 seconds left, you got a pinch on the horizon as Metals is going to be able to come up behind Scrap. Now you got a double stack on B to try to extend the game clock.
Great shots. Real able to help out, but initially that was Lucky over towards top window. Hydra pushed off the extra 60 seconds, confirmed. Rancor falls to the middle of the map, and that's another stretch of kills for Thieves that can get them back up the map defensively.
Now the last 2 players from Miami, you just got to stay alive. You don't want them to take all 4 of you down and put you in a little bit of a trap, but Envoy with the route might try to game break their decision, but he still knows that there's one more player coming off the respawn.
Yep. Then Real's looking for him. Actually, the whole team is looking for him. And the last place they check is the one place that he is. A double for Envoy. Real finally gets the trade, but at what cost? Under 60 seconds to play.
16 v 14, 55 seconds still to play with. You have Lucky in a one-on-one gunfight versus Ghosty, but he's just gonna back on out. Hydra gonna take his sweet time and just play the corner. Do you check it? Yes, you do. Big opening from Rancor.
And Ghosty also drops. Now you can start to develop this play. Metals is also behind here. Metals behind the play. This is an opportunity. Lucky's already stopped the clock. Envoy finds one, but he has to get out of there. First tick looks like it should come through as Envoy's looking for kills off the spawn. And there it is. First tick locked. Envoy's still playing for eliminations, trusting that his teammates will clear the zone, but no one's taken a battle versus Lucky yet, and now he's working on the second tick of progress.
Rancor is making their life a living hell as they work their way in towards top office, but eventually Ghosty and Envoy able to find 2. Hydra with the 3rd. Last play you're looking for is Rancor. Only 30 seconds to go.
Yeah. And there's a pretty good idea that he's playing somewhere over towards office side. Envoy still making life miserable over towards the Miami spawns. Traded out, but this will be the last-ditch effort for this offensive effort for the Heretics. Hydra inside secret for the first, not quite able to tally that to a second. Scrap watching, confirms the trade, plus another set of shots up top, clean with it. Last 10, and it looks like that will be the end of Miami's offensive efforts here in round 3.
Oh, unless you're able to get something done on this pinch. No, you are not. 9v2, no time left. LA Thieves again able to respond on the defense. You keep them trapped in. You force them to waste a lot of time just clearing out their base. Look how many times we saw Hydra or either Envoy just playing a corner because they know my teammates eventually will get those kills. Once they do, they can never have a full team push because we're keeping them in their base.
And on the opposite side, just not the same level of success manipulating the spawns. But 6 ticks to the advantage are Miami, so that would mean that it would have to be back-to-back offenses likely for Thieves.
Yeah, but they're the #1 attacking team in the game. So they prefer this side. They got the better room on the previous defense. But now the adjustments do come in. LA Thieves back on the attack. Now fully committing over towards the speed point. They're trying to take rock control.
Yeah, and they get the first on Real. Bit of an island player, and Envoy is going to already get to work on this A zone. Read to Metals is good. Can't quite find any damage onto him. Rancor pops up, finds the kill, stops the progress at A.
Now Hydra on the pinch, trying to make up for it, but Rancor's just running away with his life. Hydra's just going to chase him down. Now this is where Hydra can do Hydra things. Give me #2. He still knows that he's looking for another one. He's not going to shy away from the gunfight. Catches the timing and is able to line up 3 on a 4th street.
Eventually take it down, but the damage, again, has led to success over the top of this B zone. Metals also seen down towards connector, dealt with quickly. Ghosty backing up, giving some space for his teammates to come with him. Second tick of progress being worked on, but no trophy system once again. Gives an opportunity for Miami to try to retake, but Envoy's on the pinch, and here we go. Second tick is done, the stack is out, and you've got Hydra watching the rotation.
Yeah, Hydra's already sitting in towards top office, so this B point is done and dusted, and Hydra is still slaying. He knows the pressure's gonna be on him. The bait and switch good enough for number 2. You read the player in Metals working his way through Rock. He does take him down. And that's a big double for Miami to slow down that play.
Yeah, well done from Real as well. Playing towards bottom bar, putting a lot of focus over towards the zone, and that A tick is not locked. That will start to be depleted just a touch, but still so much time on the clock here for LA.
This is where you gotta find success in their base. Metals is at least able to start it off, but instantly traded. Just make this round a lot more difficult for the Thieves players. Do not die in sync. Scrap starts off with the first.
Opportunity for Rencor maybe to get free just to touch through well. Scrap trying to take over Fire Hall. Good shots towards Metals. Can't quite finish him. Envoy now on the Hans. Do they find him? Yes, they do. Oh! And Envoy gets a second, and Hydra follows that up. That's 3 down. Leaving it just to Rencor. Trying to keep his life, but he's got to keep his focus on the zone at the same time. There's 2 players on.
It's a double stack. Hydra just need this one kill, and then everybody can put their focus through the front. You take care of Rencor's second segment done. This might be it.
Might be indeed. Metals on the slide through. Real pushed off, and there's the 2 eliminations. The stack is in, and LA will capture the zone. And 3-0 Miami with a quick tape. Back with Atlanta in the Grands.
There's just a difference sometimes between certain players, certain teams. LA Thieves are one of the top dogs for a reason. They get reverse swept in their previous series in a heartbreaking loss in round 11, but are instantly able to shake that one off, play Miami again, have the same exact result again, a clean 3-0. But this one was a lot better.
Yeah. The first time they met, it was like a 13-point hard point. I think a 2-round search and then a round 5 control. Not the case here. LA not wasting any time to get back into the Grands and quickly try to get their shot at revenge. And you see it on the scoreboard as well. It's just one of those games, again, where Hydra just has his way. Envoy as well, 27-19 with 25 of them non-traded. It's just that constant map control, their ability to play in the spawns and just get lost and play 1v everybody.
That was the difference in the game, man. The SMG pressure. You had Real, who was like 20-9 after round 3, but he ends the game 27-23.
Good call.
We knew it was going to be a tough match for Miami, but we got to tip our hats to them.
Yep.
To come out here in Madrid, get a top 3 placing, which is the best placing ever for the Heretics. You just ran into a different beast today, but hold your head high, because you guys had one hell of a weekend.
That little surge you heard in the crowd was everybody, including the French fans, giving the respect where respect is due. It's a hell of a performance. And like we talk about,